Would you rather go back to the past and meet your loved ones who passed away, or go to the future to meet your children or grandchildren to be?
Oh, loved ones that passed away. Easy.
Seeing as though I've already met my children.
I know them.
Right.
Tired of them.
You know, I don't know. Because I feel like if you go back in time to meet the past ones, like that changes the trajectory, right?
No, it's just a split there. One choice.
I guess.
Can I just meet Jeffrey Wright instead?
No, I would go back because I have questions now.
Yeah, I go back and be like real surprised and just be like, am I in Hong Kong? Well, now I don't know what's going on. Well, now I don't know what's going on.
Well, I wonder if it does it just have to be people who have passed away, because I mean, I just never knew my dad.
That's fair.
I hate for it to be so somber, but like I just want
no.
Like
I go back and ask my dad questions that I can't ask him now.
Yeah.
But
like I don't know if my dad's dead. He could be, but that's what I mean. Like,
or not.
The what ifs.
Maybe
right?
maybe he's listening to this right now.
Well, he should like it, comment, and subscribe.
Buy a sweatshirt.
Matter of fact, you need to buy 32 sweatshirts.
Nick. Open up. 32 years every Christmas.
Oh, gosh. That could be an intro.
It's cool. It's all good. Just 32 sweatshirts. That's it. And don't get we getting fleece out here. Not that soft terry. Not that French terry. I see the purchases.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yes. We are back. I am Ace Trainer Argent, welcoming you to BNR. But I am just one of your three hosts. As you can see, we all hitting the, Josh, talk to him.
There we go. I was late to it, but I got it.
Oh, goodness. Yo, what's up?
What is up?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Can we start over?
No. I like the vibe we're in right now.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, how have you been? It's been a while since I've seen you. Remember?
No.
I get that reference.
I got the reference.
Tis I.
You're not going to trigger me today.
Tis I, hailing from the land of Sake, Shinobi, and Samurai. The boy is Godzilla personified. No other name but this to go by. It's your boy, Jayhawk. Hit him one time. Hit him another time. All right, thanks.
I do what I can. But now we have the man with the plan. He ain't driving no minivan. Talk to the man.
Also not driving any sedans. This is...
Well, that's just too much of a given. Because you are Dan, and then it's not really slant rhyme. It's
no,
like
I get it. I got it. I'm going to talk to them now.
You had to play me.
No. I told you I got it. I understood your... It's Big Dan. Road Dan. Coming at you live from the 215, your comic book connoisseur, your Somalia sci-fi and superheroes. That's right. Here to welcome you to another episode of BNR. I'm AKA Big Dan.
Big Dan.
AKA this body was brought to you by Burger King.
He had it his way.
I did have it my way.
So BNR stands for Booze, News, and Reviews. Josh, what you got for news, man? Let's talk about it.
Well, for booze, I have here the...
booze. We do have booze.
Yeah, I have booze. That's what you said. News.
I said booze.
You said news.
I thought you said news. I was like, nah, he said booze.
I totally said
fine.
booze.
But
here, no one rewind 40 seconds.
If you don't go back, you never heard it.
I have Alpine Spice. Comes from Sandcastle Winery, located in Irwina, PA. This is a Chardonnay and Riesling intermingling for this sweet wine mulled with a proprietary spice blend. Amazing when served warmed or chilled. We're doing it chilled. This unique blend of wine, herbs, and spices produced under strict supervision of European wine masters brings you the luster of the Alps and the warmth of a fireplace. Also, on I saw that they had like a little cocktail thing that you could do called liquid apple pie, and that would be alpine spice with a splash of white rum over ice. So we got some Bacardi there after we try alpine spice by itself. We'll do that if we so desire. I probably will. And see how that is. So
Dan got feelings.
he has
Dan
feelings.
got feelings.
Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, how you feeling, Playboy?
How feel.
I'm not a big like holiday, like festive person.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like singing.
This tastes like Christmas, yes.
Chestnuts roasting over an open fire.
Bloom, 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 bloom.
That's all I'm allowed to do before they legally demonetize this video.
Oh no!
Right.
This
All
tastes like
of our
Christmas.
money.
This really does taste like Christmassy.
This tastes like Christmas, yeah.
It's super sweet.
So it's got the
Really sweet.
It's got the cloves. Like the sweetness is literally to the level of like apple pie filling, like you get in a can. It tastes like exactly like that, but like drinkable.
This is like liquid apple pie.
This is really,
Already. I need to see what the cocktail does, but this
is a dessert wine. This is
Very much is, yeah.
This is juice. What percentage is this?
That's a good question. Oh, 7%. We'll be
It's
fine.
juice.
Let's throw some Bacardi in this bitch.
Want to give a collective score? How we feeling? How many elves on the shelves out of 5?
How many elves on the shelf?
It's not even. First of all, we're not there yet. We can't skip over the other holidays that exist, so don't do that.
We can't forget Flag Day.
Yep. However, I'm often not festive, but I bang with this. This is like a 4.2.
Ooh, wow.
This is high. It's juice.
It's juice.
It's very much.
It's not even no juice. It's just juice. Well, I mean, please drink
not.
responsibly.
Matter of fact, y'all can't come over for Christmas now because y'all just bringing this over and then y'all talking about it's not even no juice. If I see you give it to one of my children,
that was sterling.
Chestnuts
Right.
roasting.
That was sterling. I
Right.
would never. I might joke about it, but I would never.
I would assume neither one of you would do that. but I'm
I
just
do
saying.
have social skills, so
Right.
no.
But this is this might be one of my favorites we reviewed so far.
Really, that's interesting.
But go ahead and splash that in there.
I'll
Not
just
over
pass
the
it over to
equipment,
you.
not over the equipment. We don't. It's good. If I was going to a holiday party, I would 100%. I guess that 4, because I would bring this to a holiday party and people would be like, "Oh, what is this?" I was like, "It's actually made in Pennsylvania."
No, this it has the right balance of festiveness to it.
Yeah. Also, as far as feeling, like it feels. The reason I say it's juice because it feels just like that. There's no burn. There's like you feel the alcohol later, and that's why I was like, "How much is in this?"
There's a little warmth to it, but not to the point. This is wine.
It says it's grape wine, but I mean it's at 7%, so it's like what kind of grape wine would this be? Grape wine with spices added, yeah. So like maybe not fermented wine.
As the cocktail, it's a little bit more grown up, but it's
It's kind of like when you put the drink in the eggnog, and you're like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I think that's it kind of ages it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So that way, if you have to serve this to people and you know they're yelling out, "This is juice!"
Yeah,
You know,
That wasn't me.
this would be great. This cocktail actually would be a great. I just dump a bottle, probably like 2 bottles of this into 1 bottle of Superior.
Yeah, and then put it in one of those things. I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4.
Four.
Yeah, I call this like a little holly jolly apple pie. You know?
So that was a booze. Let's
That was a
Big
get
damn.
on to some news.
Big damn.
Okay. I'm just sad.
Welcome to Shot Seat. Oh, this is the segment where one of us, myself now, will be asking another one of us, that'd be Sterling, about some questions. And we'll see if he gets it right. If he gets it right, he doesn't have to take the shot, but he could do a celebratory shot. If he gets it wrong, he definitely has to take the shot.
Mm-hmm.
So without further ado, Sterling, are you ready?
I am indeed ready.
All right.
Let's go. Andiamo. Allons-y, allons-y. Let's go.
All right, here we go. This item / food is used to heal characters in the Dragon Ball franchise.
What is the sensu bean?
That is correct. You're not going to do a celebratory shot?
No, I ain't celibate.
I said celebratory.
And now back to our regular scheduled program.
There I am.
Hey.
It's been a while. You look great, by the way. I'm still torn up by that.
I don't
Steve
get
Burns
why.
What you referencing,
know,
buddy?
So because I had this conversation with my wife. Steve from Blue's Clues obviously was part of their 25th anniversary reunion thing, which hit social media pretty weird. Like I didn't think we should have been targeted that way on social media. But given, that it happened, right? Steve came back, kind of like how the Toon Squad came back against the Monstars, or like how LeBron James' hairline came back. Or like when Superman came back and what was that? Snyder Cut, yeah.
Snyder Cut.
It's just
What?
He came back. So anyway, however, I was 7 years old when the show was like on, right?
Yes. A bit past the targeted age.
A bit past the targeted age, but I had younger brothers and sisters that I watched it with, like it was on. And for whatever reason, I was kind of like still into it. Steve dipped around, when I was 13. I wasn't really watching it by then, but like I watched that episode because I still had younger brothers and sisters. And I remember watching it and just being like, we're not ready yet. We're not just ready for you to go to college, bro. Like, just because you got to go, like, we're not ready. And I felt some kind of way when they brought on the other host, and I was just like, you not it, bro. You not.
Who is Joe?
Right.
Who this?
Whose man's is this? So.
Is it Batwing?
Please talk about it.
So, yeah, I have news. But, Josh asked me a question about it, and I felt like, you guys needed an answer. How are y'all doing about it? Because some of y'all might be around my age and being like, you too old for this.
I was one of those people.
I can understand that. I understand that.
But to your point, I was an only child, so I had nobody to watch. Like, I would not be watching Blue's Clues. So, like, when he came back, I was like, oh, that's cool. But I wasn't, like, caught in my feels like a lot of people were.
Yeah. Now, like, if you had that younger age group that you kind of had to, like, be a part of, like, I couldn't just go and watch whatever I wanted as an older brother because, like,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Expect one of us in the wreckage, brother. So, the Batman is getting a Penguin spin-off series for HBO Max. That's actually going to be following up after Battison's movie that Matt Reeves will be spinning off with Penguin.
That'll be fun.
I'm guessing that would be Colin Farrell, right? Because Colin Farrell's playing the Penguin. So
interesting.
I think this is HBO Max DC's answer to the Disney Plus MCU thing because Peacemakers also has an HBO Max series coming. There was another piece of news here I had.
Do you think they're gonna try to like rebuild the DCEU?
I think they should
from
stop
the ground up. Like,
I think they should stop trying. I think if anything, build from the animation instead of just telling like actual stories. Kind of like weave those stories into each other. However, whenever you do a Justice League or a Batman story, there's sometimes the grandiose is too big that it like the consequences never really follow over into the next storyline.
Mhm.
It's very resolved, tied up in a neat little bow, which is fine for animation, and no one's ever going to really be offended for it. But I think if that's going to be the way of world building that they want to do it that way. Live action, you lost us already. Like Disney already bought the land; they own it. If you have not seen it yet, Hawkeye's trailer, first trailer that's releasing to Disney Plus, released today when we record this, but by the time you see it, it'll be out for about a week. So make sure you go check that out. November 24th is when it releases. I'm excited for it. And I'm not a fan of Jeremy Renner's version of Hawkeye. However, what they're adapting, the storyline that they're adapting, is from like a Pulitzer Prize winning.
This is 2013 run?
Yep.
Yo, man.
So
I heard nothing but good things.
if you haven't read that, that is for even the average comic book reader or not even a comic book reader at all. If you read Hawkeye's 2013 volumes, they are phenomenal as far as writing is concerned. And I think they'll do a really good job of making sure that they're kind of true to that story. And I think the only other piece of news I had was October 18th, Shang Chi makes it to Disney Plus. So if you haven't watched it yet, don't worry, we have a review coming up for you in this episode. But yeah, that was all my news.
Sick. My news is really quick, easy to the point. Alan Wake, yes, the psychological thriller remaster coming to next gen, current gen, and next gen consoles October 5th. Gran Turismo 7 confirmed. And
Sorry, I was drinking, but I'm still excited.
that's fair. That will be coming to a console near you very soon. And that's all my news. That's my corner.
What about Grand Theft Auto 5?
What about Grand Theft Auto 5?
It's coming back
What
again.
about Elder Scrolls 6?
Grand Theft Auto 5's coming back to new gen consoles.
I thought you were like coming back to New Jersey. I was like, huh?
No.
It's just I don't know why they keep doing this. They're just like, oh, we don't care about your
Dude,
feelings.
it's because they already have the engine. Now they have the sandbox of like people can do stuff online. Like they just got an award.
The graphics don't upgrade at all. Like there's no improvement of graphics. They are repackaging it just so that it runs faster, so that the map loads faster on new gen consoles.
Is that what they did with was that GoldenEye that they tried to reboot? Didn't they bring GoldenEye back?
There was something. It was Golden Gun, I think, was what they tried way back when.
I could have because people love N64 GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm.
So then they tried to bring it back. I guess it might.
Oh, was it on Wii?
It might have been on
It might have
Wii or
been on, like,
GameCube
Wii.
or
Something.
Yeah, there was a game I think called the Golden Gun, which was Bond Universe, but not actually Golden Eye.
But yeah, no, I know that. But no, they did try to reboot GoldenEye, but it was still trash.
Maybe, yeah.
Anywho,
Speaking of which, Josh, what you got to say?
wow.
Speaking of trash,
No,
That's
no.
rude as
That's not what I meant.
That's exactly how it's shown.
no more drink for you. You get water.
Well, hey, it's Mr. Basura over
Stop.
here.
I'm trash.
It was because you were already talking. Yo, man, just.
All right, well, just drink my feelings away. It's fine.
Everybody sometimes.
All right, so my bit of news. First, Lupin the Third Part 6 premieres on October 9th and will pit the legendary thief against Sherlock Holmes, or Herlock Sholmes, I think is what it had to be called at the time. So that should be interesting. I think that's only in Japan, though, so we might get it December, January, who knows.
Or at some point.
Yeah, or at some point. But 1 through 5 is on Crunchyroll, so I almost got into the episode. Baki, Son of Ogre, hits Netflix on September 30th, so that's gonna be crazy. Giant, what are they called? Praying mantis. Star Wars Visions will be released on Disney Plus on September 22nd. So get ready for that.
Oh, you know we talking about it.
We definitely talking about
gonna be talking about it. And that's all the news I had.
Thank you
Alright.
for that news. So now
Basura.
we have
Garbaggio.
we have booze, then we have news,
Man's is trash, yo. Your man's is trash.
and now
Trash-ass
we will
podcast.
review. Thank you. Please take this moment, hydrate, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell so you don't miss a post. And what are we discussing tonight, gentlemen?
Shang Chi.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Six.
10 bracelets.
Woo, sheesh, you good?
Whatever.
You good?
The
6
10
to 10.
bracelets.
6.
You want to go first? You seem rather flippant.
And we're back at Shot Seat. Shot. Second question. Are you ready, Sterling?
I am prepared.
All right. What is Ryoma Echizen's signature shot?
Y'all have a blessed night.
If you know, let us know in the comments. Oh boy.
And back to our
regular scheduled program.
I'll go first. If you guys don't have any
Oh,
objections.
by all means.
Yeah, say words.
What I thought about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 bracelets. 10 rings, sorry.
No.
It was okay. I actually when I first walked out of the theater, I was like, this is garbage, this is trash. But after mulling it over and thinking it over and talking with friends, it was not basura. It was actually just mid Marvel, and that's okay, right? You know, that's fine. It's just I did enjoy the action scenes though. I think you just have to ask yourself what movie did you show up to see? And depending on what you showed up to see, you might have been disappointed. So maybe I was just expecting, well, I was just expecting more from the Marvel engine. I was just expecting more from the Marvel engine than what they decided to deliver to me. So it was all right, but I can't say that I was raving about it like so many of my friends were. On the socials.
So when you say, first of all, watch them.
I said on the socials. I said nothing about you.
Don't do that.
When you say the Marvel engine, what are you really comparing it to? Like, what does that mean?
When I say the Marvel engine, I mean the fact that they were able to give you elevated superhero movies. Because for a long time, superhero movies were kind of just like funny, campy, like there wasn't that really real stakes to it, or it wasn't that involving. I think Marvel was one of the first, if not the first, to give something a true budget, give us like real writing, give us real action, or not just make you stop for the action. So,
what about Christopher Reeve's Superman series?
Don't talk to me about that. But I
Please
agree
continue.
until Superman 3.
Okay, please continue.
but then also, I mean, you can also say the same thing with Christopher Nolan.
Right.
But it's like Marvel is the first one to be a actual studio. Like it was that when you talk about other movies, it's like, oh, those are Christopher Nolan's movies. Oh,
Right.
those are, so and so movies. But if you think of like Sony Spider-Man, like
He was off doing.
yeah. But yeah, so I think it was okay. I've heard it called multiple times the the Asian Black Panther.
That is an incorrect opinion.
I think that's an interesting statement to make. I get the sentiment behind it, but I would not double down on such a statement. So
He
yeah.
said from the Blerd part, as we minded our own business.
Exactly.
Zero smoke necessary.
But yeah, I would love to hear how Asian people liked it. because
Chinese.
I think they're the ones who I would want to hear their reviews of the most, just because they would probably be the most connected to it. But as for me, I was just like, this was okay.
What you giving it, Playboy?
I give it a 3.
That's more than I thought you were going to give it, honestly. Especially because we all saw it together, as well as our friends with Blerd on the Street. Go check them out; they'll be tagged. And Josh and Dan had opinions. Speaking of Dan and his opinions,
I'm going last. You already know. First of all, it's comic book. Second of all, you already know Big Dan energy. I'm enjoying my drink so much that I look cheery. But when it comes to my turn, I may not be as nice as Josh.
All right, listen. All right.
And now it's time for the final shot seat. Here we go. Sterling, are you ready?
I am prepared.
All right, you said that last time. Here we go. Where is the Moon Kingdom in Sailor Moon located?
He even tried to set this one up for you. That's crazy.
What is the future?
That is incorrect, sir.
That is totally correct. What are you talking about?
You can take it.
No, how am I wrong?
Do you really want me to say it?
Yes.
Okay. It's located in the Sea of Serenity. So you can go ahead and take that shot.
In the Sea of
Serenity, which is actually a real place on the moon. Go ahead. You can take that shot. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't want to embarrass you in front of the peoples, but here we are.
He even lobbed that one up for you. That's crazy. Wild.
All right, and with that, now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
It's the ace trainer of West Willie speaking to you directly, okay? I love this movie. What did I enjoy about it? Now, when I was like, hey, I walked out of the theater, and I was like, man, this is a great film. And then Dan and Josh were like,
verbatim.
That made me reevaluate some of the feelings that I had, because I guess they were wrong. So, things I enjoyed about this film.
I'm gonna interject really quick.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. Knowing you, as long as I've known you, you are an empath. So we may have projected upon you, and I do want to apologize for that.
You don't apologize for energy. Get out of here. You can take your metaphysics with you.
but proceed. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I just know I need to wear my my terpaline and my fluoride and my quartz to be grounded. Anyway, I enjoyed this film. Things I enjoyed about this film. I really like the martial arts sequences. One thing I really, really loved about this film that, like, I don't think it's an overstatement to say, like, what, 30 to 45% of the movie was in Mandarin. And I think that was really, really cool. I enjoyed protagonist wrecked with guilt, because I too am wrecked with guilt. And I was like, I see myself in this character. Not that I've never killed a man. Not that I would incriminate my. So I kind of, like, I had to ask myself, because, like, I do admit that this movie was 100% predictable. Like, not the beats, but of, like, okay, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Oh, okay.
Those are beats.
Cool. No, like, the beats is like, it's going to happen now, you know? Like, I just, like, okay, at some point as things were going, it's like, all right, this is, all right.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it was a great movie. I had a great ride. If a person who may or may not be sitting to my left said it was not a good movie and named a lot of structural and writing things, then it's like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. But the feelings that I felt, I enjoyed.
I'm not going to ever invalidate your feelings.
I feel like it was...
What was the rating?
Also, Michelle Yeoh. I'm giving 5 out of 5, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Right here. Tell them I said it. Also, Michelle Yeoh.
Evangelion with martial arts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There was not one robot or
I s-
angel or bisexual. What?
If Evangelion had martial arts instead of robots.
No.
Yeah.
Who was Oscar?
Who was Asuka?
Who was an equivalent
Aquafina?
to No.
Oh yeah. Everybody's rapping with guilt. and
Please,
whatnot.
please, 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 for the love of all that is good in Earth 616. Saying a bunch of nonsense, aggravate my sciatica.
So the dads weren't the same? Is that what you're telling me?
The dads were
No, Gendo was
no.
on like 40.
You're gonna compare age. That's where you're gonna be like they're not the same.
Yes,
The age,
yes,
but everything
and
else
also,
is the same.
no. Gendo literally. I'm so sorry, Dan. Gendo literally was trying to destroy the whole world. This dude just was so racked with loss from this one of I'm assuming 47 people he's loved in his long lifetime, and it was like, okay, this is the one I got to go back and get her. So he was literally just mad with.
He was mad with guilt and loss.
Yes,
So-
but didn't want to destroy the
So
world.
they were both mad with guilt and loss.
Gendo went into it. Please continue. I'm not doing this with you. Go ahead.
How we doing?
Oh goodness.
It's been a rough ways of going as far as MCU is concerned. I will be very objective for Shang-Chi. I want you first to know that the expectations I had for this movie were higher than they should have been.
Why is that?
Knowing what I know about Shang-Chi,
Please inform the people who do not read.
I'll give you a brief
you
overview of Shang-Chi. I would say subtitle, I guess,
Mhm.
of his character is the most dangerous man.
Mm-hmm.
This
Oh,
was
that's
not.
true.
This was not the most dangerous man in MCU. Shang-Chi came on the scene pretty much already established as a man who don't lose. That hands are readily available for pickup between the hours of 9 and 7 p.m. on any given day. This was you know what I would think when I think of watching this. When I watch this, I was like, he feels very Damian Wayne.
Okay.
Get
Yeah.
into the
League of Shadows.
yeah.
Trained by assassins.
You know.
Okay.
Get into the robot
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
That's wrong, but please continue.
I'm not looking over there anymore. I'm gonna look at y'all. However, Shang-Chi, was very like, which was also in the name, and I feel like when Marvel established this character at a time, it was in a time where Bruce Lee was like iconic. It was also a time where kung fu movies and even blaxploitation movies were at an all-time high as far as like what was seen in theaters. So they were riding the wave for American culture when they wrote that character. However, the stereotypes were vividly depicted, and I know for a fact that like Disney plays it safe and is very smart with choices as far as casting is concerned, how to rewrite the image of this character so that it doesn't give off stereotypes or become insensitive to things that may not even exist anymore. So for that, I will try my best to be nice about this movie. However, when we look at this movie as a whole package, and after talking with my wife about this, because she often has to bring me down a peg, because it brings me back down to reality. Because when it comes to comic books and stuff like that, like I'm almost like that's mine. That's a my thing, right? So, she was like, maybe you kind of have to give it 2 scores, kind of like how we did with Coming to America. How I should have probably rated Black Panther with 2 scores. Just one's for the culture and representation, and the amount of sensitivity and respect that they handled in this movie. Like even the naming of the Mandarin character and how he explained like why they called me that. And I was like, this is respectful and a very smart choice in the decision as to how to deal with some villains who sometimes were just like stereotypes. Like their names were their stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated that. I appreciated that this was pretty much a 2-hour long apology for Iron Man 3. This is. I'm trying to be nice because Shang Chi was his own character, and there were other characters who like actually had heart and drove the story along. But this, from my perspective, MCU was pretty much apologizing for the way they mishandled the Ten Rings and the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. So, I did speak with one of my friends who is Chinese, and he pretty much gave the comparison of Black Panther, that this was just like a movie that when you take away the heightened love for the representation and the upheld respect for the culture, and just take it at the value of the MCU movie that it is, it falls right into the middle of like an okay movie. It's not Captain Marvel. It's not Thor 2. It's not Civil War. So you're safe. You're not going to see a bad movie. You're not going to go see a bad movie. You have something to say?
No, I appreciate you, because anybody who was like, I wonder what Dan feels about like Civil War or Captain Marvel or Thor 2: The Dark World. But
see, Thor's my favorite character.
You just let him know.
Yeah, but like Thor's my favorite character, and I feel like they grossly mishandled that movie. It was an Infinity Stone movie, and they failed at it. That's how I feel. We won't talk about it anymore. However, Shang-Chi was very smart with how they handled Awkwafina's character, of not like throwing all of the comedy on her shoulders as a character. Like it was spread around, and not to give too much away, because I feel like even though we do spoilers, I feel like some of the movie would be appreciated if you didn't see it coming. So that's why I'm not giving too many spoilers. The third act completely lost me, and was likely the reason why I give it the score that I give it. Because Shang-Chi doesn't necessarily deal with magic as much, and the myth, the lore and myth of whatever city that was.
That wasn't like factual? That wasn't like comic book facts?
I feel like it is, but it also wasn't. Like it was like that dragon's mentioned in comic books, but it was also like in folklore, kind of like.
But like, so I guess I'm also asking about like the people, because they went into like a whole exposition.
Yeah. It's in the comic books, but not in the sense that like a guarded magical city, where they have.
What's the city that the Thunderer changed the Iron Fist at?
Kunlun.
Thank you.
Kunlun. There's a lot of cities like that, like hidden away from the world kind of type thing.
As they should be.
Wakanda, Atlantis, and I know that sounded like I was handling this very facetiously, but his armor was straight up plot armor and it magically fit for a place that they've never been to. Like, no, bro. So,
there was a bit of suspension of belief that had to go with that.
There was a great suspension of belief for the third act in general. Dragons, Cthulhu monkeys, like it was, and then the third act played out like a video game that had a very poorly designed boss, where it was just like, the Cthulhu monkeys are stealing souls and giving it back to the main boss. Like, like, we know you have to fight that dragon regardless. And then you have the 10 bracelets, and, I understand why the 10 rings could not be the 10 rings from the comic books. However, y'all could have tried at least to be closer. But, they're using these 10 rings as a setup for the Eternals. Fine. Just say that. Then. but you know, like,
Are you saying they took the name only?
remember how we talked about that in Black Widow?
Yes.
That's how I felt here. It was just kind of like there were names that they took, characters that they took, but storyline wise, it was just like
You just use creative liberties.
yeah, and you know,
I mean,
sometimes
it's theirs.
sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes it's just to establish a character in name for the MCU universe, and so you know they did that. They changed the origin to a lot of characters, Captain Marvel included.
Yes.
And my score for this, because I'll be nice and we can talk about it, you know, more as a group here. I'm giving it a 2.5. It's just good enough to watch as a movie, and you know, for anyone keeping up with the MCU, like you have to watch it. For the two,
You do.
you kind of have to watch it because Shang-Chi's not going anywhere. Like he will be a part of other storylines in Phase 4.
Sure. I'm not saying he won't be.
I'm not saying you have to go see it for Aquafina. I'm not saying those things.
No,
I'm saying,
not at all. I feel like in the next Avenger movie or whatever, I don't think you have to watch Shang-Chi to get what's going on there. Or even with the Eternals, I don't think you have to watch Shang-Chi to like figure that out.
So you remember,
if you want to watch it to be like, hey, I want my badge of like I've watched all the Marvel movies.
I would argue that
It's a good badge.
if you pay close enough attention, Wong is now the new Phil Coulson of the MCU.
Huh.
Who's Phil Coulson?
So if you go all the way back to Phase 1, when Shield was going around and like passing out the cards and like, oh, we're keeping an eye on you to be a part of the Avengers Initiative type thing. That's kind of what this is. Wong is just kind of like a part of keeping an eye on special individuals that may continue to pop up around.
Did they just recently shift him into that space? You
Yeah.
think? Like, because wait, has he done that with anybody else other than Shang-Chi?
As of right now, Shang-Chi would be the only one that he's done it.
Gotcha, but you're thinking that he would be included in more scenes. Okay.
I mean, one, he's also not a character that like he's in the contract, but he's also like not top bill. So
Right, they can use him. Like, he's not doing nothing.
right, like if he's free, he'd be like, no, I'm in there.
Yeah.
So, I do like the seeing Abomination and like the fact that Wong knows who this is to the point where we may see Abomination in some other movies. He may turn into more of a bomb instead of Abomination, which keep that in mind for the future. He may be more of a hero character versus a villain.
Or a dude who shows up and causes problems.
Right. I mean, I'd be mad too if I was ugly and also named Abomination. So
I think I'm handling pretty well. Please continue.
So, yeah, no, I think overall, if you're gonna go see Shang-Chi, do it. I'm not gonna stop you from it. And for anyone that's saying that this is
Big Dan is not going to kick down your door and be like, hold on, big fella.
Right. This is very much.
Oh no!
You know what you can do with $21.37? Go to Nifty 50s. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like that was a fat joke, but it wasn't a fat joke. So I know you didn't make it a fat joke, but I felt like it was a fat joke.
All right, well, that wasn't my intent.
No. Like I said, it didn't come from you. I internalized that. That's what it was.
I think I would tell people if you wanted to see it, I'd be like, just wait till
October 18th.
Yeah, if you have Disney Plus.
Hey.
But I believe it might still be on Premiere Access. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be rude.
That'd be very rude.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. Which means it's probably what's going to happen.
So brace
Disney
yourself.
is disrespectful.
Disney be
Tell
like,
them we said it.
Yeah, Disney be like, run that. You thought.
I think this is the most widespread review that we've ever given. Because I'm just like, yeah, this movie is great. And Dan is like, we've clearly not watched the same movie.
Yeah, but I will be honest and say that I may need to go see it again. I may watch it again on the 18th just to make sure that I'm not tripping.
That's what I
Because
said. I was like, I feel like I have to see it again because so many people are
so
raving
many people were
about
like,
it.
this is in their top 5. And I'm just like,
It's like this is. I don't understand.
I was like, have you not watched the other 20 plus movies available in the MCU? And it just might just be your twist. Like, I appreciate the references and the respect that they showed to like callbacks to like great kung fu movies and martial arts movies.
And Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a couple of things. I think the
the
director
comment-
is a fan.
Yeah,
of
at the
Dragon
very
Ball
end,
Z.
she was like, "Yeah, he did his comment, man."
So
So there was just like, I think to one of your points, you said like the beats. Josh had mentioned it. Like there was too many beats to the point where you're just like, oh, and there we go.
Yeah.
The flashbacks, waste of.
the flashbacks
waste.
killed me.
They were filler at best.
They were filler. They were filler.
No, that's what I'm saying. They were filler at best.
Like
And they were a waste of time at worst. Like there was times when you were just like, we know the mom's dead.
yeah.
I don't think really people cared about how she died, but you know, it also didn't seem very true to the character's development because if that was the case, I would have either stayed and fought Pops, like there wouldn't have been this running away to America type deal. Because if you knew you were strong enough that he cared enough to put you on a mission, like then you got hands.
Not hands for him though. And plus, when you're 16, things be different though. The whole analysis of a problem and problem solving is completely different.
Yeah.
That's true. I think it's interesting how that still shines through because like he's literally been reared up in assassin school, like, and so for him to still feel that way is great for humanity.
I mean, his mother was the point of empathy.
That's
you know?
true.
Right,
So
like
that's
his
true.
his father was the viciousness. His mom was like the peaceful, defensive side of the
Right.
martial arts, the yin and the yang of it all.
But
But
to that point though, because she died when he was
10 or something like that.
let's say 8 or 10.
Yeah.
He seemed kind of younger, but let's say 8. After that point, Dad immediately was like, "Oh, this is why.
Right.
This is why I don't put these away."
We don't show weakness out here.
Yeah, and so then from that point on, he like started to train the guy or Shang Chi, for the next 7 years
Until he was 16, so 8 to 6 years. Yes.
8 to 6 years.
6 to 8.
However,
Yeah.
I don't see how he would have regressed so much that gets blocked out.
What do you mean?
That it was so like locked away.
Well, repressed memories be repressing, bro. Repressed memories, repressed feelings.
Yeah,
you know?
because like the reveal on the bus, which was a great sequence, however, seemed unrealistic for someone who's physically trained. Like, and he continued to upkeep his body.
Mhm.
So like, there should have been signs at least or hints to the audience that knew that they were already coming to see a martial arts movie. Like, oh, he's ready. He's always ready for this.
Yeah,
He doesn't do it because he has no reason to.
true.
But like,
I see. Like it was literally like, oh, he does push-ups. Okay, CrossFit, bro.
right.
And then it's like, nah, he got hands. And it's
Deadly
like, wait, what?
deadly hands, right. To the point where he like can maneuver, on a bus better than we can on a scepter on a bad day. Like,
Yeah.
Back door. Back door.
So no, I just there were beats that I understood that they had to take, but also could have done better.
You know what I like to think? Stepping away from that for a second, moving on to Aquafina. I
Does
think
this have to be a segment?
I think to that point, a lot of people are giving her flack about it, but at the same time, have you watched any other movies that she has been in?
That's the question.
I have not.
That's
I
the
have.
question.
I would say
There was one that she got, I think, at least nominated for an award for. I forget what
I
the
don't know what
movie
the award
was.
was.
Rhea?
Huh?
She didn't get no nomination for Rhea. Did she?
no.
No.
There
The
was.
thing is, she was in wasn't she in Crazy Rich Asians as well?
Oh, I don't know.
She was in Crazy Rich Asians, but there was something Was Rhea dealing with grief and whatnot? Like somebody died in the family.
No, Raya the Last Dragon.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh, no. Not that. There was something that dealt with grief and drama, or grief and trauma, or whatever, and like a family member dying, and apparently she did like a very good performance. Like
I think
they
she
were
did
like
really good acting in this. However, the direction did not allow for her to shine as an actress. It just like she did
What'd she do?
the sidekick role. Not even, I would say she didn't do better than what's her name from Thor?
Kat Dennings.
Kat
Anne
Dennings.
Hathaway. Oh.
Kat Dennings acting.
You good?
Wait, isn't that Anne Hathaway?
No, it's Kat Dennings.
Who's Thor's girlfriend?
Natalie Portman.
Oh,
Yeah, but I was talking about like that the comedic, person in the background, right? The C character. Technically, she was B in this.
Yeah.
But she did. However, they tried to give her more of an emotional role in this.
Without doing the whole thing of like, oh, this is also the romantic interest.
Yeah, they didn't do the shipping, and I was like, fine, I don't really care.
I appreciate it.
I didn't care either way, is what I'm saying. Like, if they ship them, then fine. And they kind of alluded to it in some.
They definitely shipped them.
Nah.
Yes and no, because I would say at the end he gives her, he gives the arm, but I was also like, that could just be politeness.
Yeah.
Like,
Normally with shipping, it's just like completely unnecessary kisses, like at the end of Loki. It's disgusting.
Huh. Okay. I guess. All right. Sure.
we saw different movies. That's honestly how I feel about this movie. Is that we all saw different movies.
I was like, punches, yes, Michelle Yeoh.
But there, it just was. And the CGI was apparently where they blew their budget. I also know that because of COVID and some restraints, like they couldn't get to some locations, like to film on location. So that kind of, like I said, for Act 3, it really disconnected me because I was like, oh, that's cool. I like seeing some of these references to like art, and myth and Chinese culture. However, it don't have no bearings on my man's. Like the fact that this guy can give hands, 75, BK, have it your way hands, like at any given time, combinations that like aren't thought of. Like I would have liked to have seen almost like a quest for the 10 rings type deal of him like having to fight his way to get all these back, a race against the Mandarin type deal. And even if it was still the reveal of it being his father, like it was definitely like something to the point where each time we saw him have to do a different martial arts style or different weapons fighting style to achieve this, and then at the end, that final battle, you can do whatever you want with it because you got that you got that budget money. But this didn't give me that. Like there was moments where there was great sequences, but also it was just like get to point A to point B to point C.
Yeah.
Oh, they got captured so they could get taken to this location, and I'm like, I guess.
But don't you think? I'm not saying that the movie that you just proposed wouldn't be cool because I also would have liked to see that. But I think even with that, when he would definitely be going from point A to point B to point C to point. You know what I mean? Like it would just be. It would be a cooler route to take, right? A more scenic route. But like it's kind of.
I don't. Well, I think more so the point A to point B to point C type drive that they did for this movie. It was intertwined with also character development, which I don't think. I feel like all of that could have been handled in the first act, for real. He could have came to the understanding like, all right, I gotta push all of this negativity down, give out these hands for free, and forgive my dad at the end. Fine, but that all like came at the end of it. Like it was just really this rush of unpackaging whatever he was running from, and then not really able to talk about it with his sister at the time. She's like, I'm hurt, you can dip, bye. And then they were like, oh no, we gotta go together. I'm still mad at you, but you know, guess we gotta go. So I don't know. It would have made more sense to like see the familial relationship come at the risk of like the Legend of the 10 Rings. Not 10 bracelets, but 10 rings. But you know, it is what it is. I don't work for Marvel. I don't make Marvel money. They not listening to this podcast. You know, we still trying to get Sterling's dad on this. So, you know, we have reached the end of this episode. Thank you for always sitting and sipping with us. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Buy a t-shirt. Or don't. You don't have to. I feel like we pushing this on y'all, and them hoodies be warm. Fall is coming up.
They are adults, and autumn is coming. Hey, it's Virgo season. You know, get your favorite Virgo a hoodie from your favorite podcast. And be like, oh, what's this podcast? And then, come on, man. It's the gift that keeps on giving, babe.
That's very true.
I feel like it just gives one time to the person that...
It's the gift that keeps on giving, babe.
Every time they put it on, they get warm again.
Y'all have a blessed night.
Y'all want to use my line. That is my line.